This is a glucose monitor. And I have to admit, I love it. I think that it's actually an underrated wearable, and you can get so much in-depth information about your diet and your health with one of these. And in Canada, if you have diabetes or pre-diabetic, I think that you're able to get these for free. But if not, it costs like, I don't know, I think this one cost me $120, and that's for 2 weeks. And I think it's worth it to do it every once in a while, just to see how your body is doing and see how you're handling sugar, which is such an important part of your health. Your blood sugar inside of your body is a huge indicator on your overall health, and how you're able to handle and deal with that blood sugar is incredibly important. And this is a great tool to be able to help you with that. Okay, so now I'm just going to do the unboxing. Now, these things in Canada are free if you actually have diabetes, but for people like me, I have to rely on paying for it, and it's about $100, and it lasts for 2 weeks, and it syncs to your phone, and there's an app, and this one doesn't actually tell you anything other than your blood sugar. It's not like a fancy wearable device where it will tell you, based upon the food that you're eating, this is what's happening, and using AI to give you an accurate picture of your health. There is a company in the States called Levels. I have wanted to join Levels since they've come out, and I'm on a wait list, but they don't allow it in Canada. Isn't that weird? I know that we're having like all this tension between Canada and the States, but why wouldn't they allow that in Canada? It's the most bizarre thing, but I am on the wait list, and as soon as they are available, I can't wait to jump on it, because that's when they actually take all this information and they give you actionable advice to be able to help correct your blood sugar. And I would love that, because a lot of this is just me sort of studying it myself and looking at trends and figuring things out that way. I'd love for it to be able to, I'd love for me to be able to just put all this data into their database and then have some actionable things. Actually, now that I'm saying that, I'm actually thinking what I'll probably do is I'll probably use ChatGPT a lot more than I used to when it comes to these. So anyway, here we go. So this is what it looks like. Looks like a little Keurig coffee thing. Yeah, not a lot of plastic. Yeah, I'm all like, no plastic. And next thing you know, I'm going to be putting plastic into my body intentionally. So this is what it looks like. You can't see the little thread of needle thing. They probably don't want to. Oh, wait. You have to go like this first. There we go. Now it's locked and loaded. And you can actually see. Can you see that? Oh, zoom in. Okay, so remember how I just said that I've had one really bad experience? I was just about to have another really bad experience, because this is the thing. I'm not sure if you can see this. That is not a thread. That's like a full-on metal piece that got jammed into my skin. I'm not sure if you can see it there. So yeah, that is not the fiber that I was talking about. And this thing jammed right into my skin, and it hurt like heck. Now this, it has malfunctioned. This thing right here has come out. Now you got to watch out for that. I guess something didn't happen properly inside here when I went like that. There, see, look, it just fired off the sensor inside there. This thing is completely malfunctioning. My poor wife was going to do this with me, but now I'm going to have to go steal her sensor. Makes no sense. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, so this is round 2. I'm going to try to make this thing work. Oh boy, so frustrating. All right, yes, the sensor is still good. I'm going to make sure that I don't mess it up this time. Okay, so it's as simple as I'm a little bit scared. I'm not going to lie, because yeah, it still feels really rigid in there. Okay, here we go. Yeah, I've gotten really hurt off of these once before, and I just thought it was a fluke. But now I'm wondering if these things... I'll be all right. I'll be fine. Which arm? We're going to do this arm today. Okay, here we go. All right, now I'm going to stand up. Oh, yeah, this gives me a chance to show you my tricep muscle, which is like the shape of a horseshoe. All right, ready? I like it to be centered. I'm doing my triceps. Okay, 1, 2, and... No, I'm just kidding. It's fine. Yeah, there it is. A little button for me. All right. Now, they don't give you these, but you can get them on Amazon. And I strongly suggest doing it because these things are freaking expensive unless you're not paying for them. And you can get these things snagged on so many different things. And after dropping $100 or even more, and then to have it ripped off when you're doing laundry, man, it hurts more than the actual pain of putting it on. To be honest with you, this time, I didn't even feel it. Maybe if we zoom back and show the reaction, but it was pretty okay for me. Here we go. Now this is the hardest part. So I go like this. No! All right, there we go. There's got to be a better way. First world problems, hey? Okay, so now I am on. That thing isn't going anywhere, which is great. I can still show you my tricep. All right, and now what I need to do is take my phone, and I will know my blood sugar in about, I think it's an hour. In about 60 minutes, I'll know my blood sugar, and I'll keep this baby on for 2 weeks, which will be great for my sardine diet. There we have it. Okay, fantastic. Now, it's funny because they didn't really intend for that when they were actually making these. What they were wanting to do is help diabetics manage their drugs to be able to make sure that they weren't going too high or too low. And so, they didn't make this for the biohackers. And then another company came along called Levels, and they said, hey, this is a really handy tool. Let's use AI. Let's figure out exactly what's going on with each individual person based upon their diet and lifestyle, and we can tell them things that they could do to help their blood sugar levels. And so the name of the company is Levels. It's funny that I did that. It's not available in Canada, which is unfortunate. I can't believe it. I really, really wish that they were, because I would definitely have a subscription for them. I've tried to, and I've tried to use VPNs. I'm not sure if I should say that, but it didn't work. So I'm using these ones, and I can still figure things out myself. Like, if I see a big spike after I eat grapes, then I know to avoid grapes. There's also a lot of other tricks you can do by having the greens and protein first and then having carbs later on. Or you can also take berberine and things like that and track to see how these do and see how it works. So here's mine right here. And I just scan my phone to it, and it doesn't hurt when it goes on. I've had one malfunction, maybe I shouldn't scare you, where it really hurt. But other than that, it's completely safe. And you hardly even feel it go in. And then you hardly even notice that it's on. But I highly recommend having these additional little protections there so it doesn't get caught on an edge and get ripped off. Because these things are expensive, and you don't want to lose them because you're doing laundry, after putting it on for one day. So I strongly recommend everybody understand their blood sugar and what's going on, because there's so many different ways that you can reverse high blood sugar. That's the best part about it. You can go on a sardine cleanse. Well, not cleanse. You can go on a sardine diet. You can do a whole bunch of different things to be able to help reverse it. So, and to know which way you're heading, if your numbers are slowly starting to rise, then there's time for an intervention. And this makes it easy to do. So I recommend you get one of these. Take care.